Revolution timeline. This is what Russia looks like today. This is the Parliament House of Russia. Did you know that Russia was an autocratic country even at the beginning of the 20th century? Many events took place, and by 1917, Russia had overthrown the autocratic rule, resulting in the death of the royal family. Let us learn about the events that changed the course of Russia. History is shaped by the many kinds of people that live and influence the lives of persons in an area. This represents the timeline leading to the Russian Revolution of 1917. Many events are displayed. Click on the links to learn about the events. February Revolution. Tsarist regime collapsed under the gigantic strain of World War I. Food prices mounted, and the people became restless and agitated. Nicholas dissolved the Duma. On February 27th, the revolution triumphed. Regiment after regiment of the garrisons of St. Petersburg joined the people. Within 24 hours, the entire garrison, approximately 150,000 men, joined the revolution, and the united workers and soldiers took control of the capital.
1, 2, 3.
October Revolution. The October Revolution is also known as the Bolshevik Revolution. On October 25, 1917, Vladimir Lenin led his forces in the uprising in St. Petersburg against the Winter Palace. Bolshevik insurgents faced very little opposition and were practically able to just walk into the building and take it over. State power was handed over to the Second All-Russian Congress of Soviets of Workers and Soldiers Deputies. The October uprising completed successfully. The revolution started in February. Russian Revolution began as liberal and changed to socialist in character. Agrarian reforms. Pyotr Stolypin was the chairman of the Council of Ministers. He introduced in 1906 agrarian reforms. These reforms continued till 1914 and the onset of World War. Duma. To help calm the unrest in the country, Nicholas II agreed to the October Manifest, which gave people civil liberties and created the Duma. The Duma is like the lower house of the parliament. But the Tsar reserved the power to dismiss the Duma and announce new elections whenever he wished. It was reframed 4 times before the 1917 revolution. St. Petersburg. The workers and peasants had learned some organizing abilities through their strikes and riots before 1905. Soviets, or councils, were formed first in St. Petersburg and other industrial centers. This was the first and most successful strike in Russian history. The whole country was paralyzed, but the Tsar continued to rule. Bloody Sunday. In January 1905, a large group of persons led by Father Gapon assembled near the Tsar's Winter Palace to present a petition. They hoped that the Tsar would reduce their problems. Suddenly, the guards of the Winter Palace fired on the crowd. More than 100 persons were killed and several hundreds wounded. Socialist Revolutionary Party. 1900 marks the formation of the Socialist Revolutionary Party. They believed in 3 main principles. First, they gave the peasantry a greater role in the revolutionary process. Secondly, they thought that all land should be the property of the state and the state should distribute land to the peasants on the basis of their labor force. Thirdly, they concentrated on terrorist methods to achieve their goals. Nicholas II. 1894 marks the beginning of the reign of Nicholas II. He was a weak ruler, but believed that he had to follow the autocracy of his father. But by the time he came to power, there was discontentment among the masses.